So you want to buy a machine gun. Contrary to what you may have heard in movies and, of course, the internet, it is actually legal to buy and own a machine gun in the United States if you do it correctly. The first person to say Class 3 license in the comments gets burned at the stake. So if you're like me and you've always wanted to own a machine gun ever since you were a kid, don't worry. There are 3 ways that I'm going to show you where you can do it and do it legally, much to the benefit of the family pet. Move to a third world country. This is not typically a popular option because the Congo is not nice this time of year. The Congo is never nice any time of year. But more seriously, you can hang up your passports because there are 2 other ways you can legally own it in the United States. Number 2, buy a pre-1986 transferable machine gun. This is where you start to hear a lot of terms like pre-86 and post-dealer sample and things like that. This is what they're referring to. The Hughes Amendment to the 1986 Firearm Owners Protection Act, which is a mouthful. But what that is basically saying that all machine guns registered prior to May of 1986 can be bought by a civilian with a $200 tax stamp like you'd buy for a suppressor or a short-barreled rifle. Anything that's manufactured after that date is a post-dealer sample or a postie, which is a non-civilian transferable machine gun only for SOT dealers and law enforcement. There is a problem with buying a pre-1986 machine gun, being that there's only so many of them and you cannot make more. That means the price goes through the roof. This is where you see a lot of the M16s and AKs and things going up on the market for $15,000, $20,000. And that's really not out of the norm because there's so many people trying to buy it and there's such a limited amount of things to be bought. So pro, almost anybody can buy them. Con, your wife might divorce you. Number 3, becoming an SOT dealer. This one is slightly out of reach for the average person, but it's actually not that bad. If you really want that big machine gun collection and you really don't want to pay those $5-10 grand a piece for every gun you buy, you might want to pay attention to this one. What makes this so difficult is that you actually have to be a licensed FFL holder before you can become an SOT. FFL is a federal firearms license like your average gun dealer or manufacturer. Once you have your FFL, getting your SOT is actually really simple. SOT stands for Special Occupational Tax, and all it is an extra $500 a year that you pay on top of your FFL, which allows you to own, and if you're a manufacturer, manufacture suppressors, short-barrel rifles, short-barreled shotguns, and, of course, full autos. And this isn't like a tax stamp where it's $200 a gun for an FFL, or for an SOT it's $500 a gun. That's a flat fee per year. $500 per year, and you can own as many machine guns as you want. All you have to do is fill out a Form 2, which allows you to manufacture a machine gun, and you can make machine guns until the cows come home. So the average person really doesn't have an FFL, but if you really, really want that cool collection, you might consider getting into the business because you can have a home-based FFL. You don't need a really big fancy storefront. You can get your home-based FFL, and as long as you're compliant with the ATF rules, you can be an SOT dealer as well. This option is really cool because you can actually make as many machine guns as guns you can afford to buy because it doesn't really cost you anything to convert them. Option 1, Somalia. Option 2, scrape up some dough, buy a pre-86 transferable. Option 3, become an SOT dealer and buy as many machine guns as you want. So there it is, 3 ways that you can legally own a machine gun. If you like this video, be sure to subscribe. More content coming in the future. And what are you waiting for? Go buy a machine gun. It's a lot of fun.